You're on.
My name is Owen, and I'm a family leader. First of all, I'd like to thank all the facilitators and everyone who is in charge of putting FLTI on. It's been great so far. And I'd also like to thank my fellow family leaders for being such an inspiration and an example for me. When I first came into FLTI, I had no idea what to expect, and I was a little bit admittedly uninformed and intimidated, but just learning all of your passions and all of your strengths has really been great for me, and it's really made me think, what's my passion? And the obvious answer to me at first was disability, but in what respect, what aspect of disability? So I really got to thinking about, what do my friends deal with and what do I deal with on a daily basis that is a barrier for me? And the common thread was, we're all looking for gainful and meaningful employment, and it's really hard to do. You might say, okay, just go out there and get to work and find a job. It's not that easy, because we are often dependent on monthly benefits, which we need to pay for food and rent and different things like that. But it's not always that easy. It's not always enough. The amount we get every month, we as people with disabilities get every month, is less than the cost of living, and it's really not fair to have that inequity. So my project is encouraging youth with disabilities to find, youth and young adults to find gainful and meaningful employment, and also have financial guidance to use what's called ABLE Acts, which will allow for extra income, and there are other ways around it, like individual development accounts, but these are also fairly restricting. While they sort of raise the threshold, they're restricting in the way that they're only for a certain amount and they're only for certain things. So it's really important for people to know that these things exist and how to use them responsibly, because it's addressing such a gap in the employment of people in general, and it's really an injustice to people with disabilities to have a limit on their success. And as Martin Luther King Jr. said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Thank you.
Owen. First, I just want to say, you have been a strength for me. I'm like crying because having epilepsy and having this disability, but I took a different route. I haven't claimed it, I haven't done anything, and knowing you in this class has helped me not look at my own disability as a weakness, especially now because this year it has been affecting me like crazy, and I've been avoiding it and making it like it's not, and really becoming Facebook friends with you the past couple weeks was like right on time, so thank you for that. You're answering so many questions that I think people naturally have, but collectively we don't know how to ask. How do people with disabilities make it? How do, and so I think that your topic is so necessary because it eases perceptions. So I think it's awesome. And I love that you know your stuff. You do know. And I remember first kind of catching my eye because of your topic, and then you say, I don't know how I'm going to do this, and now you're doing research and you're going and finding stuff out, so I think that's great. One thing that I think you should do different is that personal story, like share a little bit more, how is it, because that curiosity is there, you know, and I think it can really pull the heartstrings and then make other people say, okay, let me remember to be compassionate and let me remember to do that.
Wow.
Yeah. Who else?
Okay, I have. All right, Owen. One thing a few things I really liked about it, natural, your opening and thanking everyone, et cetera, was great. Very conversational style, you were clear, you were relaxed, personal, passionate, it was educational as well. One thing I'd like to see next time would be right along those lines of a personal example or a real life kind of example. You can help make it concrete for us, but great job.
Yes, sir. Can I have some? One thing I liked about your speech, it's a powerful project. And if you know, when you pull it off, when you make this happen, I feel like you should go outside of the disabled and even like, you know, because there's kids that are really in the shell and they're not disabled. And I think that if you could put that point across, then I think that would be great. And I think one thing that I might do differently, or that you should do differently, is like less shyness. Because like I kind of picked up on like you were kind of hesitant to say some things, and I feel like you should be comfortable in whatever you want to say and not care about anything.
So we're gonna do 2 to 3, and we're gonna have to have a hard stop at like 40, so that we can finish.
3 more?
Two. Two.
And the rest will have to do it on
Saturday.
Saturday?
Yep.
Okay, so who are the next two?
And it would, yeah.
You want
to
go?
So 20 and 21, you're saying? Saturday? That's pretty cool.
We're gonna have,
He volunteered.
because we have a graduation.